This video, I got this message. It came out of nowhere, and it said, try saying vegetarian recipes. So making fun of me. This happens all the time. I get these really strange messages that come up out of nowhere. So it's making fun of me because I talk about how whatever's happened to me is very, very cruel, and I've tried to tell people, but nobody wants to listen. Fine. So I document everything. I'm going to do a video right now, but the message is try vegetarian recipes, because I'm always talking about this very extreme sudden weight gain of 30 pounds that happened to me in 2016 in conjunction with a whole slew of other very highly abnormal and unnatural pains and pain presentation. It's been going on for 4 years. The more I tried to explain this to my family, the more they ostracized me, alienated me, abandoned me, and my children too. When it happens to the mother, it happens to the children, especially if they're young. So, very cruel family, the Canceller family. I'm sorry, very cruel, because I can't imagine other sisters doing this to one of their own sisters. I didn't do it. I didn't do anything to them. I did nothing. So anyway, what I wanted to say in this video is it's been a horrible night of hacking. I call it online stalking now because it's real-time live, like a pursuit, a real-time live pursuit of everything I'm doing. Everything changes. Nothing is normal. Anything can just turn off at any time. This video could just turn off at any time, and then I have to start again. It might disappear. This video might disappear. So I have to print everything. Now my Canon printer, Pixma, which is such a piece of garbage. It's a piece of garbage, but it's also hacked at the same time. So see, that's what I'm saying. It's endless. That's why I have so many videos. I tell people I have so many videos if you want to see them, but nobody's interested. So if it happens to me, I live in Canada. Canada is supposed to be a modern, industrialized nation state. I respect the nation state system, but I can't believe this is a modern, industrialized nation state system if this is happening to me, because I know this is definitely the kind of thing that should not be happening in a place with the rule of law. We follow the rule of law. I just happen to be an exception to that. So, because I've talked to everybody, lawyers, doctors, and police, females, sisters, nothing. So anyway, I just want to say that I got my period again. I'm turning 54 very soon. I got another period. It started off very heavy. It started off on Saturday night. Today is June 29th. It started off last Saturday night. And it started off very heavy, but then it's lightened up. Usually it stays very heavy for about 3 or 4 days. And it's following the same very abnormal, unnatural pain presentation, or I would say symptom, in this case, symptomatic presentation that has plagued me since about mid-2016, which is that it's a pre-smoking thing. It has something to do with smoking. I don't know what it is exactly, so I'll explain it to you. So it's not just that I get a period at this age, and then all the pregnancy themes. See, that's what I mean. It just goes on and on. If you see my other videos, the pregnancy themes, the baby themes, the subliminal messaging that comes through everything. It's like I'm living in a horror film, or if you want to call it a horror film, because I feel very much that it's like a Goya thing. It's like a lot of dark imagery with sexual undertones. And this has really been hitting me very hard since mid-2016, and my sisters have abandoned me, so I'm going through it alone. I'm a strong person. So I've managed to get through it, but anybody else probably would have committed suicide by now or been in jail. So the pain presentation of this period is the same as it's always been. So it's a pre-smoking thing. So as I'm walking through this corridor, to the garage, where I might smoke a third. I smoke a third of a cigarette at a time. I have a total of 5 a day, so let's not, overdo it. Let's not exaggerate. 5 a day, okay? So as I'm passing through, the blood starts to gush. I can feel it gushing. I know that's a bit explicit, but I have to tell you that I have to describe it. So as I'm walking towards, if anybody's watching me, they know routinely when I'm most likely to have a third of a cigarette. So as I'm walking through, I will have to walk in order to get there to have my third of a cigarette. I have to walk through the corridor to the garage door outside. And that's when it occurs. That's when the symptom, the very highly abnormal and natural symptom occurs. It's a gushing of the blood. I can feel it. I can literally feel it. And it happens at any time throughout the day when I am most routinely likely to smoke a third of a cigarette. It also, I don't want to make this video long, but it ties into in other videos you'll see that there's a lot of motifs and symbolism around vampires. So when I'm on my period, they'll be on TV. There'll be vampire films on TV. One time in one video, talk about how when I was talking about getting a little bit of red splattering on this horrible printer that doesn't photocopy color, I started spotting that day. Just shortly thereafter, I started spotting. And then I got attacked by a mosquito, and I had 4 huge mosquito bites right under my buttock when I was sitting down. So I don't know how the mosquito got under. I don't know how it managed to get under my leg because I was sitting down the whole time working. So that's what I wanted to say, is that we're approaching 54, still on my period, lots of baby and pregnancy imagery, motifs, symbolism happening still. And then there's the very abnormal symptomatic presentation, like the fact that as I'm trying to go to my third of a cigarette, my few drags, the blood starts to gush. I can feel it gushing. And you can't tell me that I can't interpret my own blood gushing.